Good afternoon. Thanks for joining. Welcome back. Here we are, end of November. Do apologize right off the bat if I do sound a little bit stuffed up because I still kind of am. So I'm trying not to. I'll clear myself out. I think we should be good. But if I am a little stuffy, I do apologize. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So again, thank you all for being here. Thanks for joining. Home sweet home. Here we are. This little river, a little bit chilly to be out swimming, but we still do the polar dips when we can. All right. So first things first, we did get the CV back from the shop. We did actually pick up the CV mod by Bcbuhler, and I'll put the link in or the description there or I'll put the name proper spelling there in the description. But we finally picked that up. So we made the switch over. We put the tipper body on it. We kept with the 3,500 liter capacity. As much as it's a little lower than I was hoping for, but that 11.7 is just a little too much. So we're going to keep with that. But it is the modded one, so we can actually use multiple trailers with that one. Yay! Apart from that, we are going to skip over. So, big news. I mean, precision farming is at our doorstep. So this is just again, life happens when you're busy making plans. We were able to get the $90,000 payout from last month at the end of October, I should say, excuse me. And then we were able to bust our butts with some contracts in the beginning of November, mainly 2 carat contracts. So we were able to actually pick up there's the one remaining carrots, and then there was carrots in field 40. Now we were able to cultivate that too. So we're able to get a couple contracts there, but it's getting to the point when it comes to the winter time that this is the slow time, right? So this is our slow time. This is when things really kind of kick back a bit, and where I have a real hard time just sleeping through the day, especially when it comes to the beginning of the day, midwinter or through the winter time. Once we've got the sawmill all filled up, and once we've got the animals all filled up, we've got everything all filled up, ready to rock and roll, there's really not much to do. So I've been thinking of some plans, and I have some ideas. Now the good thing is, now timing wise, we are a month behind for the silage sell off, but our silage pit is actually ready to go for fermenting. Excuse me. So we do have. Let's just double check here because I think we do have. What do we got? We've got 120,000 or 120,000 and 124,015 liters. Good Lord. Okay, maybe I should up that HUD size because it's a little bit small. I like a clean, yeah, I like a clean screen, right? So I don't like the map up if I can help it. I try to keep the help window off if I can help it. But so what we're going to do is that is ready to go for fermenting. So as we can see, unfortunately, when it comes to prices, where are we here? And we go down to silage. I think we're a month behind. So that's not bad. We're not going to be actually taking too much of a hit. So that's the good thing. But we are going to be able to get rid of it. So we're in November. 221 was the high, and 219 at the biogas plant. So locally too. So same thing as last year. I'm pretty sure last year we sold at the biogas plant as well. So we've got lots to do in that regard. And then when it comes to the precision farming, we've got $282,000. I'm excited. I'm excited. So before we get there, I'm just going to be moving some stuff around in Addy here because we're going to have to clear some room. Oh boy, there's just so much stuff. There's so many things that we got to move. Okay, so what we're going to do is we brought that and the mass. Where's the little Massey? We should have the little Massey. Oh, he's tucked way back there. Okay, that's what's missing. I usually have the Massey parked in the other way, and that trailer's in the way. Okay, so moving on. Like I said, we've got the $282,000 now. Initially, and we're still pushing and rooting for the land development. Now with precision farming coming out, that is a definite that's coming in. 100% precision farming is coming in. Now, unfortunately I do work during the day, so it's gonna have to come in the night. Oh, push a little bit there. It is gonna have to come in during the night when I come home, but we are gonna be bringing it in. Now, I did run precision farming in 22, so it sounds like there's a good chunk of stuff that is probably going to be very similar. So I already have a good chunk of experience with that in that regard. Now with that being said, this is 25. Then I'm sure there's things that are going to be different and things that are going to be changed up. So we will see what happens when it comes. Now the good thing is price wise, I don't think it's going to hurt us too bad initially. Like right now, from way with the way it worked with 22, it was about the passive and the active sensors. So I picked up two active sensors, and it turns out I think I barely used one. So I'm definitely going to be planning on picking up an active sensor, and then I'm thinking the 7R and the Massey are for sure going to be getting the passive sensors. And what am I thinking here? Yeah, they're going to get the pass. Yeah, I think they're going to get the passive sensors, and then we just have to see what we need to get from there, because most of the stuff, if I remember correctly, it was the weed sprayer that was a specific, because it didn't like the hoeing and the weeding. So that's going to be interesting. We may have to pick one of those up, which not the end of the world. That is easily doable. We could, because I think it was our lime spreader. No, see, if I remember correctly, it was the active sensors that made the difference. And I mean, I think we were pushing. I think it was like yeah, there we go. I was bumping something there. If I remember correctly, we were pushing like $15,000 or $25,000 to put the actives in. So, I mean, it is going to be pricey initially, for sure. It's going to be a pricey initial investment for the sensors. But because we don't have a fleet of tractors, that's going to be really handy for us in that regard. Just because, like, outfit the two tractors, get those ready to rock and roll, and then once we have those outfitted, then we just have to pick up a few things. Now, I do remember it was like the no-till kind of planting. So again, we're just gonna play it by ear. Now, the good thing is we are sitting at the 282. Now, the great thing about that too is not only that. Actually, you know what? We can get that moved up here in a second. So let's just do a quick one. So okay, so we'll get to the contracts because I want to touch on that. That is definitely going to be touched on. Our canning factory. Let's just go visit right now. So we are at the canning factory. We have a full slate out ready to rock and roll for us. And I did actually run the kimchi. I think it's kimchi. I did run the kimchi. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pallets of kimchi ready to go for us, as well as we are still running um, our preserved food carrots and preserved parsnips. Now, the beetroots we ran out of, and then for the kimchi, it was actually the Napa cabbage. So the Napa cabbage is the one that runs out first. So that's the thing that we're going to have to concentrate on for the kimchi production in the future. So this is a really good tester. Plus, also, while we're here, I totally brain farted that this whole time we could have had our long grain rice going. We could have had a field with some long grain rice, but that's just even more things are going to happen. So the garden plot, we have we definitely could use a top up of our water, but everything's going pretty good. So the Napa cabbage doesn't produce fast enough for the production point. So that's why I'm really excited to get into the actual greenhouses, and then we can get that pumping. Our wheat is still going strong. We still have 19,000 liters, and we actually have a buttload of flour ready to go. Look at that. So yeah, that is ready to rock and roll. And to be quite honest with you, what I was actually thinking of was actually bringing it up here for the flour, because the flour holds 140,000 liters. So we could actually make the flour distribute if we want. But again, I'm sick in the head and I love pallet work. So we are definitely going to be doing the manual loading and printing that up and distributing that in ourselves. Toy factory still going strong, about the 50% there. So we're good to go. And then the sawmill, we're at 86%, which we're going to touch on that when it comes to contracts. We're getting there. And we've already touched the third row. So we're getting at the end of November again. Last month, it was the end of October that we loaded up and we sold off. So what we're going to do is I think that's going to be the new routine is going to be the end of our month is where we're going to be gathering up our pallets and we're going to be either shipping them off for the next month or selling them off. So in this instance with the sawmill, everything's going to be sold off just because I might send some planks up here, but I think this one, I think we're going to sell off. I think we're just going to, yeah, you know what? We're going to sell it off. Everything's going to get sold off. And while we're here, just a quick touch on, I'm reconsidering this setup. So I'm thinking of selling this setup off, and now that we have the transport trucks and the red, I've got ideas. So it's going to be interesting. There's lots of plans going on. Now, it is November with it being slow, so to speak. So, what we're going to do is now we still have the silage to sell off. That's going to be a nice little bump to it. And then we have all of our can factory because not only do we have the stuff out front, I forgot to just check that real quick, but for storage wise, we're still sitting at, we have one pallet of beetroot, one pallet of carrots, and one pallet of parsnips and one pallet of kimchi ready to go for us in storage as well. So that's going to be another really, really, really good sell off. So I've been humming and hawing about it, and now that we're sitting at the 280, that I'm hoping can put us close to the 450, 500. So here we go. So open silo. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna open this up. So we're gonna have to get this all set up. We're just gonna have to pull this trailer forward. This needs nope. That's right. I need to move those trailers out of the way. Okay, you know what? Let me move this stuff out of the way. Let's all get the setup so we can load up, and we will be back in it jiffy. Okay, so everything's all moved, ready to rock and roll. So, like I said, we got 120,000 plus liters, and we do have the big red, so we're sitting just under 60,000 liters per load. So it should only be about two and some trailers. And with us getting this little fork, I got a little smidge in there, a little smidge. Oh, and I bumped. Oh, yeah, I knew I should have moved that. Okay, maybe I'll just turn sharper. Just smashing everything. Okay, so, well, maybe we'll just skip this part. Yeah, this is where it's interesting too, and also too, I don't know. I haven't had it where it glitches out, where it sticks itself in a bit. Now I've unloaded a few. I've unloaded a few of the bunkers so far, and I think it's been two unloads now that I haven't had anything go completely haywire on me where it sticks in. So I'm hoping that it's been fixed, but if it hasn't, I've still kind of forced myself into not going full fledged. And then, or if I do, I'll actually save. I'll save first, and then once I save first, then then it's not so bad because I've actually done that where I've had almost all of the bunker emptied and forgot to save, and then I jammed myself in, and it was unsalvageable. Okay, let's get this loaded up. Let's go dump off our first load, and let's see how much our first trailer gets us. All right, one moment. As I just smash and peel things away. Oy vey. Okay, fully loaded. Here we are, BJ. We're gonna sell this off. I also forgot to mention too, because just so much stuff going through my brain, that when we did the two carrot contracts, so we did the two carrot contracts, and we were able to keep was it 48,000 liters off of the field 40, and field 40, and then field 32 we were able to keep. I think it was just about 20,000 liters. So we got just under 70,000 liters of carrots off of the two contracts to put into the canning factory, which actually topped us right back up again. So we are, for carrots wise, let's see, tap there. Yeah, so we're back up to about 90% full, 217,000 liters. So that's gonna be interesting, and it seems to be like just a steady flow. So I hate this dumb point, but here we go. Seems to be like a steady flow for the carrots. So I think it might be almost like the grapes when it comes to 22 on Elm Creek, anyways, where the base grape one was it would process it just long enough that by time the next $13,033. Okay, perfect. But yeah, it would process the grapes, and then just as the grapes you would finish the grape processor would finish all of its stock would pretty much be harvest time. So you would just get a steady flow all year, sort of thing. So that actually is kind of neat to know that if that's the way carrots are, that we just have to pick a little field. I think it was a 5 hectare or 6 hectare field or acre. I think, what is it? Oh, wrong button, major. Here we go. So our field that we did the carrots 26 and farmland. Here we go. So this is 5.8 acres, which I know I think it incorporates all the green. So that's it. But still a vague idea that wasn't 100% full. So that means that we could possibly get just a smidge of a bigger field, because as much as the contracts are nice and they help us make a few bucks and everything works out great. And I mean, it helps so much. And for the off time, and again, me and my weird little ticks that I just can't go to sleep when it's 10 o'clock in the morning. If it's daylight and we can do work and there's work to be done, well, by golly, we're going to do it. So with that being said, we also have to plan, or I also have to plan in a way that we do want to own the whole map. Contracts are going to become a thing of the past. But until that happens, we are definitely going to be taking full advantage of them. So right now, what we're going to do, we're just going to slap on. So $13,000. So we should, oh, Lord, I hate that little turn there. But we are going to one more load and then probably just a smidge more. So we're going to get that dumped off, sold off, and then we're going to get last little bit sold off. We're going to see how much we get, because we're at that 295. So we're definitely going to be breaking the 300,000. Okay, turn, baby, turn. And then we are going to see where, because of 300, and we still have our sawmill, and we still have our canning factory. Oh, this is where things start rolling. This is where, oh yeah. And I feel like we've done it in like quick time too. I think, because where are we at here? Let's see. Statistics wise, so 1,205 trees cut down, 837 missions completed. We're on year 3. Yeah, see. See, and that's like, I want to say, I think it was like year 5 or 6 in 22 that I was making the first initial move. Yeah, I think I want to say it was year 5 or 6 I was making the initial move from the starter farm to where just the fields behind where I end up putting my grain crop storage, as well as my sheep and my chickens. It was the sheep and the chickens was the first move. I mean, the sheep, chickens, and then we just like moved south, put a couple grains. Yeah. So I think we're already doing now. I mean, if I remember correctly too, which I'm pretty sure we did not quite make 1,000 contracts done. I want to say, I don't remember how many contracts. Oh, it's drawing a blank now. I don't remember how many contracts we got done in 22, but we sure didn't make 800 contracts in 3 years. That's for sure. So 25, definitely with those deadwood and with the wood transport, that just goes to show right there what a difference, right? Because those ones, I mean, I've gotten the wood transport and the deadwood. Well, not the deadwood. Yeah, I shouldn't say that yet. But the wood transports, I mean, if everything goes somewhat smoothly, even if they do kind of pixie stick themselves around, I can still usually bang them off in 20 minutes, 50, like anywhere from, depending, because you have the small ones and you have the big ones. So I would say anywhere from 10, like from pickup of vehicle to drop off of vehicle, 15, 20 minutes, sometimes a half an hour for the big ones. So those are really nice because you can make an easy, 3-5 grand, no problem. Monotonous, yes. If it takes a certain kind of person to do, 20 of those back to back. And I am that special certain kind of person, because we lost everything. So that's what brought us back initially. And then it just snowballed from there. It's just been a roller coaster of a ride, I should say. And I thank you all so much for being here and being with us and coming through and this is just unbelievable. So with year 3, then if we can, because we're going to be touching the 300,000. Last time we did the sawmill, I mean, I think it was a no problem 200, right? So we're going to be pushing the $200,000. So that'll put up to the 500. And then we still have our canning factory, which I'm really interested to see how much that makes us, because if I remember correctly, was it the canned peas, which I think we're out of canned peas. I don't think we have any more canned peas. The canned peas made us some mondo money, but we do have all of that preserved stuff. So it's not going to make us as much. It's not going to be a mad payout, but I mean, it's still going to be something. And it is stuff that it is technically getting crossed off the list, right? So now we know through the garden plot and through the canning factory that the kimchi, the Napa cabbage, is what it gets chewed through, because we're starting to stock over on the rest of the product through the garden plot. So let me just, we're almost full here, but let me just deal with check here. So canning factory, here we go. So chili peppers, garlic, and spring onions is what we're coming out of the garden plot, because garlic plot, we've got chili peppers, garlic, Napa cabbage, and spring onions are getting distributed to the canning factory. And that's what we're playing off. My wife is going driving them off. But the way it's working is now we're starting to get a surplus of our garlic, our spring onions, and our chili peppers. So garlic is taking the lead right now, spring onions right behind, and then chili peppers is following up the rears. So there will come a point where we will be able to turn the chili peppers back to selling. So that's going to be the kind of nice thing, that we are going to be able to make a few extra bucks in that sense, because it's going to be the Napa cabbage. So the Napa cabbage is unfortunately going to be one of those things that we're going to have to build up a little stock. Once we have a little stock, then we're going to run some kimchi and get that going. Now, again, like I said, the goal is to have everything running, right? So this is a great tester. So now we know when it comes to the greenhouses, it might be worth it to maybe slap a second greenhouse down for too much smeshies again. Talking too much, not paying attention. And if it would it be worth it for us to possibly plan in another greenhouse, right? Because in Elm Creek in 22, I did, through the testing, I found how the lettuce was the slow one, but oh boy, lettuce was a moneymaker. So I ended up doing the 2 lettuce greenhouses with 1 tomato and 1 strawberry, and that worked out fantastic. That actually worked out really well for me. So I'm not against doing the same thing here. I mean, if Napa cabbage is one of those things that's going to be slow to accumulate and slow to build, then why not, right? Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let's just double run around, stab ourselves with the pokies. Okay, so we've got 9,000 liters left, and we've got all right, and then what do we got here? 4,600. Oh, barely enough. Oh, and we got too much to use the tipper. Okay, so let's just get this dumped off, and let's get the other stuff dumped off, and let's just see where we're sitting money-wise. One moment. All right, here we are, the final 15,000 liters, which is going to put us up to the total of $311,000. Fantastic. So this is going to be great. And then the way this is actually kind of working, that this is going to kind of segue into where I mentioned about the wood chips. We're having at the sawmill there, we have that Branther trailer as well as that the auger. Now we're almost we're over around the 2,000 slot mark. Now we're sitting right now at 2,020 slots out of 3,500. Well, now we also have to take into account that person's coming. We also have to take into account that we have the pallets out. So the pallets being out does add to the slot count. So as the pallets go away, the slot count gets less. So that's where where I am kind of torn is like beginning or end of the month. I think at the end of the month it's working out so far. Now we haven't hit our pallet limit anywhere near yet, so we're not there yet. It's not like 22. In 22, it got to a point where, it's at the point where I had to do the morning pallet pickup in the farm. So like all my wool, eggs, and honey, and then my greenhouse wares, all that stuff had to come out and get put into bale storage or pallet storage, and then I could go out to the productions and pick up those, because then it would allow for the respawn of more, right, if there's more in storage. So it's like the canning factory, where we have the couple pallets of the preserved things, or preserved foods, as well as break, because I know you're we have the extra pallets sticking out. So if we have our pallet limit hit, then we can't produce more until we bring them back. So anyways, segueing way back to the wood chips and the slot count, with my plan on getting that Amity chaser bin, as well as us already having the grain chaser bin. And the Branther doesn't really get used other than just sits there. The auger, as much as the auger is awesome in the sense of it does wood chips, fantastic, but the new plan doesn't have a need for it anymore, so that will get removed, unfortunately. Very good. Thanks for working. It shakes a little while it's being used, which I don't know if that's normal or not. I'm not a fan, but it is what it is. And again, I'm not knocking it. It works great. And to be honest with you, what auger wouldn't shake when it's being in use would make sense to me that there's a little bit of a shake. But anyways, moving on. I digress. So the plan is if we can get rid of, because we have the green trailer up at the farm or up at the drop zone 1 there that we barely use. I barely use that trailer. This Branther trailer down here doesn't get moved. It just sits there idle. Slots being used but not being used, so to speak, as well as we have our flat deck there with the Palfinger. So my thought process is, in a sense of like routine and stuff, is we bring down, instead of, because last time I brought the Super Duty because we were going down to the playground maker, but I brought the Super Duty down with the transport truck. But I'm thinking instead, if we just bring the transport truck with this trailer, we park this right here for now, right? And we're gonna I'm gonna disconnect from there. Then what we do is we hook up to this, and then that makes it level. And then now what we do is we load up our sawmill, right? So now we've brought that trailer down. We've hooked up to this trailer. So now what we do is we stop here. I keep forgetting it switches. There we go. So there we go. We're ready to load, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to sort and load everything from the sawmill onto the trailer for delivery. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take that out for delivery. While we're out for delivery, we're going to swing by all of our productions because we've got the forklift. We're going to pick up any pallets that we have that we want to sell off or store away, either or. Now, because of where we are right now in terms of money wise, goals, that sort of thing, nothing's getting stored. And the only thing that's going to get stored is wood chips, which we will get to that. Because what I was thinking, what my plan is we can put the wood chips here like we always do, right? Then we go out, we do our deliveries, we do our pickups, we do our sell-offs. Then we bring this back, we park the trailer here, we grab that trailer, fill up our wood chips with it. Then we head back to drop zone 1 now that we have the bunker for it. I love routine. I love plans. I love routine. This is good. Okay, so let's let's load this up. We're not as full as last time. So I have, what do we got? 1, 2, 3 prefab walls. You know what? I'm going to challenge myself. I want to see if we can get this all on. Okay, you know what? Let's just do, because if we can get this all in one trailer, fantastic. But the question is, is it all going to the same spot? So we go right down here. So wood beams, we want wood beams at playground. They're still exorbitantly more pricey there. Okay. If they'll take them, we'll sell them. And then we want our planks, and planks long is looks like playground. Oh yeah, we keep forgetting to check in with the elevator museum. I'm concentrating on the playground. But yeah, 4,000 again at the playground and planks. And playground 26. Again, a couple $100. So nothing too crazy, but still lots more. So prefab walls, that was the only thing we haven't checked. There is right there. Prefab walls is going to have to go to, oh yeah, they're all full there. So if we take it farmer's market or Goldcrest or warehouse. Oh, warehouse is the highest. Perfect. So we can sell those off separately at the warehouse. So if we can get all of this in one trailer, yes, this would make it even more streamlined. Then we're not doing multiple trips, right? I hate doing multiple trips. So I'm going to see if I can pack this all in one trailer so we can sell it all off at once. And then we can come back, pick up our wood chips and head back to drop zone 1. And then we can continue on. It's only 12:30, just about 12:30. All right, let's see what we can do. One moment. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, load it up. And yep, we got it up in one load. I must say, I'm kind of proud of this one. This is probably one of my cleanest looking loads that I got so far. Oh yeah, I gotta take a little picture of this and a little screenshot. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Good stuff. All right, so this is ready to rock, and like I said, I am super happy that. Oh, that looks good. So I am super happy that we got it up in one load. So that is going to be able to make. Oh, it's just going to be so nice. So my rule is that once we have loaded up on the last load, right, in the sense of once the sawmill is empty, then from there, that's it. We're leaving it until the end of next month. So if anything were to pop back up when we come back after the final load, then we leave it. But let's say we had to do multiple loads or we only had a smaller trailer. So if we did a smaller trailer, if something were to pop up as we were going back and forth, then I would definitely load it up. But, or even if something were to pop up as we were loading up, then we definitely load up. But now that we're clear and we're out of it, then we are good to go. So we're going to see how much this brings us. And with it being the one load and us having the PAL, this is working out so nice because the plan will be, so we're going to rip up to the playground, drop this off, accept the prefabs. Prefabs are going to go to the warehouse and we're going to drop those off. And then it's going to be like a big roundabout, so to speak, because from the warehouse we can rip up to the canning factory. We're going to pick up the all the produce from the canning factory, which I'm really tempted about getting an enclosed trailer for that, just because you got pallets of cans and jars and such. And I don't know. I would really like to know what you folks think. What do you think? What would you do? Like, I love this trailer. We're gonna keep with this for the lumber. The Demco flatbed trailer. That's also in the like not in the plans, but in the possibilities. However, here we go. Head on. But if we got if we got an enclosed, I think an enclosed would. Because there's lots more production to go, right? So that might be if we got another enclosed trailer with the PAL finger, and then when friends come in too, then we would have two trailers. So many ideas. But yeah, right now this is working out. Oh, and we haven't even been here yet. I haven't even. Oh yeah, that's the one that always hopefully. But this is the one where I'm loving having this trailer early. Again, last time in 22, we had this trailer super late, so we weren't able to really bring it in the way I wanted it to. So now that we have it early, we can really bring it in and get to use it. So, okay, let's okay, so we're gonna want to let's get rid of this, and everything pops on us. Please do not explode. Please do not explode. Okay. Okay, here we go. Take a little speed, see if we can do it one fell swoop. Okay. So 3618. All right. So that's that there. 366,000, and we're full. Ooh, interesting. So planks is 78,000. Planks long is 72,000. And then wood beams is 52,000, so 51,999. So 52,000. Interesting. Okay, so that's it. So now I guess we are just going to have to quickly just double check here. So planks long. I'm going to say we could probably just take everything to the warehouse. So 33. Grain Elevator Museum 38. 35. Oh, carpentry. Okay. Planks 21. Grain Elevator Museum. Ooh. Grain 38. That's right. Grain Elevator Museum. Okay. Well, and I wanted to go up this, and this would have been the perfect exit to the can. Well, no, because we can zip up to the warehouse, drop off the. Oh, that means that we're gonna have to do a little zip around. Okay, that's okay. We can just. Anyone coming? Okay, I'm just gonna do. Oh yeah. Oh, we just smoked the rocks. There goes our fender. There goes the fifth wheel. Just twisted the frame, twisted the fifth wheel. Good job, Major. Good job. We're living up to our name again tonight. I'm getting all anxious and all, okay, this is not according to plan here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to zip over to the warehouse because I know they don't take the prefabs, and we need to be empty at the top. I don't want to be going up and then coming back down, then going up, coming back down. So we're going to do the boot scoot and biggie over here. Let's kick on that cruise. Okay, and this is the dead straight road, so let's see how good my aim here is. Come on, there we go. Nice. Okay, let's try that just for a second. Okay. So now, while we're here real quick, when it comes to the contract, so right now, when it comes to the wintertime, this is pretty much what we're going to see. We're just going to see the dead wood. We're going to see the wood transport. Now, you will get, get it off there. So you will get the odd stone picking, plowing, cultivating, even some fertilizing. I've noticed that you will get some fertilizing contracts too sometimes. So I'll pick those up as I can, when I can. Now, the great thing is that we do have I should say, let's get a little weird shot there. Like when it doesn't quite. So the one thing when it comes to that, when it's like the slow times for us now, initially, because it was, because it was a mad dash to keep that sawmill filled, right? So every year it's crazy to think that we've only been doing this we're about to touch our 4th year now, because this is just, it feels like we've been here for a decade already. It feels to me like we've been here forever. So what I'm thinking is, I shouldn't say what I'm thinking is, see, now I'm getting all sidetracked here. So basically okay, let's just round about here. So we're gonna sell off this stuff, get the monies, get all that stuff. Precision's coming in. Oof. What am I doing? My brain just totally seizured there. Deep breath. Okay, here we are. Great. Oh yeah, that definitely doesn't look as good as Roxamilius's. That's hurting. Okay, we need to get her some more TLC. So let's see. We like I said, I'm 99.9% sure it hasn't even touched the prefabs. So now we can just undo all of our straps here and see what happens. Do not. Okay, stay planks. Okay, there's $11,000 and $5,000. Okay, well, that's almost. Oh, geez, we haven't even touched our prefabs yet, and we're already at $383,000. Ooh, yes, that's awesome there. So just over $16,000 for those. So not bad, not horrible at all. I mean, it's. Oh, geez, stop doing that, Major. Steer the proper way. So not bad. Now we will do a little bit of a scoot back to the warehouse to drop these off. I mean, technically speaking, you probably, depending on where we're going with the canning stuff. I mean, some of the stuff's been going back to the farmers market, so we might literally just be going across the street. But who knows? Okay, so let's just crank this over. Oh, there's just so many plans, so many things. And again, with the long race too, let's just touch base on that. How stupid me. I did not even realize that we could have just popped off a field of long race and been doing that and checked that off the list, right? So it's all about the production and going. So I know I want to be doing crop rotation. Crop rotation would be fantastic to bring in now, but I want to make sure that our list is checked off. So at the beginning, even in 22, what I liked to do, or I did, I should say, words are hard. Getting all excited here. No, what I did was I just made sure that I had one field for that crop for now. And then we moved to the next, and then expanded. And then as we expanded and things changed and things got bigger and fields changed and grew and separated and what have you, then I kind of tried to rotate things around and rotate things in. So right now, I mean, crop rotation is going to be good. I don't remember. Again, part of me wants to say I remember there was that crop rotation list you could use. I think it was 19. I'm pretty sure it was 19, and we just totally drove right past the warehouse. Are you screaming at the screen? Hello, where you going? Okay, apologies. Oh, that just, you know what? That just turned us around for the canning factory. Boom, boom, boom. So that gives us another $27,686, $411,000. Ooh. Okay, so we might not be far off from the 450 to 500 if we do the canning factory stuff. And we did not look the other way, so that's it's usually when it bites you. That's usually when it bites you. Not looking the other way, and that's when someone comes out and schmooks you. All right, so just, whew. And then in the canning factory, we've got all of those pallets. Now it's not going to be, again, it's not going to be a major pickup. And as things grow, as things get bigger, and as things get added, then that's when things continue on, right? So, when it gets to the point where we're going to need to do a half a day of production pickup, then we're totally going to be doing that, because what it's going to be to the point now. I do want to be dabbling into the distributing. I never really used that at all when it came to the distributing or selling at all in 22. Or everything was storing, everything was manual. So having the distributing at the garden plot, that's actually kind of handy, and it works into the way it is, because I don't want product at the house. But then when it comes to the greenhouses for the role play, so to speak, and just for ambiance and just for regular gameplay, I just don't want to be picking pallets up off of the inside the house, so to speak. So you could work it. There was a part of the plan when I was doing my testing that I was trying to incorporate, that skid steer, but then it looked so ungodly. So that's why initially we had it selling, and then having the canning factory is like, well, you know what? This is just icing on the cake now. So, look at all those pallets. Ooh-wee. All right, so let's get these in, or this all swung around here. All right, let's pick up these pallets. I mean, don't worry, you're not going to join me for this part. We're just going to skip over this part, and we're going to get to the loaded. So it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be quick. And we're going to see you here. Let me just disconnect that. There we go. Okay, we will see you momentarily. Oh, and the strobes are back. Oh, yeah, those are okay. All right, one moment. All right, loaded up, ready to rock and roll. So we've got 3,000 kimchi. We've got 6,000 preserved beetroot, parsnips, 8,000 parsnips, and 6,000 carrots. So actually a quick little load, not too bad. And I guess, of course, so kimchi there, farmers market and farmers market. So farmers market. Well, $10 for Goldcrest Valley, and then farmers market. So, when it comes to that enclosed trailer, now I don't know. I mean, if we're just gonna be going across the street all the time. So, you know what? Actually, no, we didn't get all of it. Kimchi is 6,000, 10,000. Oh boy, yeah, we totally messed that. Yeah, so 12,000 parsnips, 8,000 beetroot, 6,000 kimchi, and 10,000 carrots. Okay, here we go. Let's see how much we get. Dunk, 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 dunk. 38,850, $450,000, almost to the dot, with 514 extra. Oh, this is good. This is good. So this will be, and then do we have anything extra that we can think of? Ooh, our wood chips. That's right. Okay, let's get let's crank it over the other way. We own the factory. That's okay. Okay, we are going to get this little puppy back down to the sawmill, and we'll continue from there. Okay, all right. This is going to be good. One moment. All right, so here we are back at the sawmill. So this is part of the plan. So now with us doing the loop-de-loop, so we've done that. We've done our productions, we've done our sawmill. Everything's good to go there. So now we come back here with this trailer, drop this off. So this can, stay its permanent home, because for the most part, our sawmill is our main producer, right? So, yeah, I mean, things might change when it comes to trailer placement and purchase trailers. Right now, I would love an enclosed trailer, but that's not anywhere near close to our current situation or our plan. Like that's just, yeah, if all of a sudden we ran into millions of dollars and money was no object, and maybe, but for right now, this is my plan. So now we come back here. Now that we have this, we can use this for no matter how much wood chips this thing for the sawmill produces, we'll never be full with this. Now I already have no, I think it was 2 runs that I actually filled up that Branther. So for 2 runs, I filled up the Branther. But by doing this, that means that would allow us to get rid of that Branther as well as that auger. And or not necessarily got rid of the Branther, we could use the Branther. We could either pull it up to drop zone 1 and use it for future endeavors. And or the other thing that I was thinking of, because we want that Amity chase bin, we're really getting into the root crops here. That would actually be a decent investment. Plus, also, if it was a decent investment, if we sold off the few trailers that we have. So one trailer. Now you got to remember now. So this is going to say it's a $32,000 return, but that's if we sell through the menu. So if we take it back to the store physically, we are going to get more money. So this is a good low ball to see. So it's like 32,000 for that. And then we would want to sell. No, we want that one. I think still, yeah. That's our little red. That's our little red. So we want to get rid of 32. Where is it? Way down. We got so much equipment. Holy job! But actually, I guess I've never been through this menu, and I missed it. So we'll just go. Oh, there it is, right there. So 32,000 and then 16,000. So not a whole bunch, but we're gaining 4 slots with that trailer, and then the other trailer here, we are going to be gaining, what is it? So we got 4 more slots there. And then to get the Amity auger wagon, so 160,000, 7 slots. So we'd actually be gaining 1 slot. So we'd be gaining 1 slot. Oh, I really want that trailer. And the other 2 trailers, they just sit here and collect dust. Oh, and the auger. So the auger is going to be, I think the auger with only 1 or 2 slots. So, I mean, nothing too crazy. But, okay, so now that we've got all our wood chips, now granted, we only have 9,000. That's okay, but every little bit helps and every little bit starts. So then from here, what we do is we're going to take this back to drop zone 1, right? So now what we're done is we're all done here. We're all done our sawmill pickup. We're done our productions pickup. And we've got our wood chips now. So now this is the end of November. We're only sitting at 130, not even 130. Don't hit us, please. So it's not even 130 yet. We can get a lot more done. And this is where the wood transport and the dead wood contracts. Oh, yeah. Good old stick drift. Oof, yeah, I had to switch controllers. My controller is dying. Oops, apologies. So I'll keep a little bit more pressure on that. So from here, again, it's because it is a little bit of the boring time. Now, I totally forgot about our flour. Okay, let's just do quick math here real quick because I have an idea. So if, prices and how much for flour. Oh, so, so 13. Oh, next month is the high side. Okay. So you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to wait till November because we still have 19,000 liters going. Okay, that's actually a good, so we will hold up. Oh, that's going to be a lot. Okay, I'm going to do some math later and we're going to see how much money that's going to be because that'll be an extra little jump to the coffers as well. I know I want to put flour into the canning factory for the production, but technically speaking, and we'll get to that in a second. So technically speaking, I don't even remember what needs flour. So we're not even there as far as I know as to what needs flour for production wise, but we're not there to produce it anyways. So with that being said, it kind of makes it a no-brainer that I think we should take majority, if not all, of our flour and just sell it off, because that'll just give us that extra little boost. Because again, I mean, our grain storage is going to be about 1.1. Root crop is going to be pushing the 1, I think, maybe the 800,000. And then I'm still plugging away at my shop area. I've got so many different ideas, and there's so far So far, we're down to about 2 or 3 setups are the consistent ones that keep coming back. And that's kind of how I like to play, how I do the testing, where I just keep testing different variations and careful, different variations and just different setups and just different things. I mean, some ways I pop things down and immediately it's like, nope, nope, we're not doing that. Yep. But there has been a bunch of times where I've noticed, even in 22, that seemed to be the rhythm, and 19 was the same way, where it was, I just keep trying, but it was that 1 or 2 designs or 2 or 3 designs that just keep coming back or keep popping up in your head. And it's like, okay, well, if they're popping up, there's something with them. So I've got it down to, I guess you can say my top three. But I'm still not happy with certain things with all of them. So that's where it becomes a little bit of a pisser. So I'm still testing, but right now I can't even guess as for money wise what our shop and equipment storage is going to cost. Initial equipment storage and our shop area is going to cost. But from there, we're just going to have to move some stuff out to get the wood chips because real quick, let's just close this up here, the contracts right now. So now from here, what I like to do is I'll bang out some wood transports when I can, basically as often as I can, just to pass some time, make some bucks, as well as the dead woods are great for passing time to fill up the sawmill because our sawmill right now it's actually doing pretty good. So we could definitely use a contract. The contract right now is of 9 trees, so that should net us about 8 to 10,000 liters. So that'll be doing good. However, with these wood chips and us having a wood chipper over here doing nothing, so that's going to be the winter plan. Is that once the sawmill's filled, just to pass some time, I'm thinking what would be a good idea is to chip up the wood chips, and then we haven't sold any wood chips yet. We have not sold any wood chips, and it's going to be in January when you get the high time. So I think that would be a fantastic. I think that's going to be our winter plan. Is we're just going to hustle, 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 and we're going to try to chip up stuff. Now the downside is I haven't done the chipping yet, so we don't have a good setup. So this is going to be a lot of trial and error. I don't want to use any money if at all possible. But apart from that, we're just going to move some stuff out of the way. We're going to get this 9,000 liters of wood chips tucked away into the bunker there. And yeah, and then we're going to pack up and we're going to bang out some contracts. I'm definitely going to do that dead wood in that one little area. That's a nice, easy area. So we're going to take those down to the sawmill, fill those up, and then we're going to bang out a couple of these wood transports. That'll probably put us to the end of the day. So that'll probably put us into December. So that'll be doing good. And with us doing the 2 days, we don't really have to worry about working into the night so far. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Oh, and soon we can move out of here. All right. Well, again, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for everything. Oh, this is great. And precision farming is right around the corner. It's right on our doorstep. If you're watching that super video, I think it's good. I think it's tomorrow. It's tonight, and then that's one day, and then yeah, it should be tomorrow. So I'm so excited. Okay, thank you all again, and thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon.